Okay, so today you're going to be creating your works cited on your sources. So if I were you, I would make sure that I have opened all of the note sheets for our sources, if you dumped some of those sources and got new sources, you need to have that information pulled up so you can build your works cited. Okay, so I have opened up in tabs my sources. You are going to have more than 4 sources. I'm just using 4 to demonstrate the building of the works cited page. So the next thing I want to do here for our works cited page is I want to go ahead and set up my fonts and my layout. So I'm going to open my header and I look. Bookman Old Style is the style I want you using. 12-point font, that's what I want you using. And double spacing. So make sure all those things are that way. Once you've done that, you're going to flush right, which I already happen to be in, and you're going to type your last name. We're going to keep the formatting the exact same as your other documents you've created, so when you bring them all together, maybe there's a little less chaos with formatting. Once you get your last name in a space, you're going to go to Insert, and you're going to go down to Page Number, and you're going to tell it to number. This time, because this is going to be later in your document, I'm not worried about different first page. Just leave it. Exit out of it. When you exit out of it, make sure that your font doesn't change back to your default. Bookman Old Style 12-point font is what I want for the entire document. So if you're not sure, you can do a little highlight there of what lines are active and make sure. Now, once we're out of the header, we need to make sure that we also need to make sure that our spacing is double. See, it went back to single. Double spacing. And I want to center because I need to put the title Works Cited. All right, hit enter once. Then you're going to go back up here and go from center alignment to flush left. Now, once you've got your Works Cited title, you're right here. You're going to go up to Format. You're going to go to Align and Indent. You're going to scroll down to Indentation Options. Looking down here, you're going to do Hanging Indent and Apply. So now it is set up where when you copy and paste over, it should do Hanging Indent naturally. So go to your sources, look at them, go to your first source. You should be able to just copy it, go in, paste without formatting, and it should come across okay. Double space, laid out the way it needs to. Hit enter once. Then you can go on to your second source. So my source 2, I look at that. Del Real Jose is my author. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go click back to my works cited. Now, you have to alphabetize your sources. So, D is going to come before P. So I'm just going to go up to the P here. I'm going to hit enter once to bring it down. And then I'm going to paste in Del Real Jose. Notice the author's last name, comma, author's first name. And there we are. Now, some professors want these to be live, some of them don't. I don't care as long as you're consistent. So you can hit enter once and then hit delete and bring that back up. There shouldn't be extra space between them. Now, I'm going to get to that last one again. I'm going to hit enter and I'm going to go to my next one. And for all the ones that you have MLA citation already built for, you're in good shape. When we get to the websites, we have to build those sources ourselves. So you're going to go to your source. All right, I've already done some numbering here that's not on your source, but if it helps you to go back and add these numbers to these boxes, do that, because that's the order in which things appear on the works cited entry on the MLA citation. So first you look, does this article have an author? It does not. So you skip it. You don't put anything there. You go to the next element, which is number 2, the web page name. Now, The web page name should be in quotation marks. If you don't have it in quotation marks, stick it in quotation marks. Copy it and paste it without formatting. Remember, if you're using the keyboard, it's Control-Shift-V to paste without formatting. So we got that. We do need to add a period inside. How do I know that? Because if you look at the citation that was already built for you, there's a period inside each one of those. So that can be something you can look at to help you. Hit spacebar once, go back, and then I'm going to exit out of those so that I don't get confused. Then go back and look for the third thing, the web page name. So we're going from author to web page to website, so forth. So the website name is just Brookings. Brookings. So I'm going to paste that in. Now, whatever this element is, whether it is an organization or a publication, and I see it here, this is messed up, and this can happen sometimes when we copy and paste without formatting. These things all need to be italicized. The Washington Post should be italicized. USA Today should be italicized. When I copied and pasted those over, they didn't carry that. Brookings must be italicized, and I see here, just like that, there's a comma, so I need to have a comma there. I'm going to take my italics off, press comma, space, because there's always a space after a comma, and then I'm going to move on to the next thing, large thing, which is the organization that publishes or sponsors the website. In this case, it's the same thing. It might be the same thing. You'll list it twice. Paste without formatting, and then as I look at that, that's a comma as well. Now, if there is a date that the website was created, you would put that. I so rarely see it that we just don't address it. The next element we need is our URL. Paste our URL in with Control-Shift-V. If you do it the other way, then you're going to have to go back and fix your fonts. All right, and then the last thing we need is the date you access the site. So the last date I accessed the site was May the 4th. And also when I look here at the end of URLs, there's always a period. So I'm going to hit period, space, not enter, and I'm going to type date accessed, colon, and then I can paste the date that I have recorded and put a period. That is the citation for a website. It is alphabetized at this point, but let's do one more that has an author. So I've got that one done. I'm going to move on to this one. This one has an author. So I'm looking at, I need author, I need web page name then, I need website name is my third element, sponsoring organization is going to be my fourth, URL is going to be my fifth, and date of access is going to be my sixth element. So I'm going to take his name. Now, here's the deal. I typed in his name, first name first. When you do a citation, last name comes first. But what I also want to see is where does L go in the alphabetizing. So L is going to go between D and P. So I'm going to get right here. I'm going to hit enter once. And then I'm going to go ahead and paste with that font. There we go. Control-Shift-V. And then it will bring it over. Now, just to make sure I don't mess up, putting my author's last name first, I'm going to put Levin, comma, space, Henry, M, period, and now I'm going to erase that first part so I don't misspell his name. All right, hit space. I'm going to go back. Worldwide School Choice has an improved performance. I notice I don't have a period there. I'm going to need a period there, so I'm going to insert that in. Doesn't matter when you do it as long as you do it. So you can do it after you copy and paste and you're looking up at the previous entries to help you follow the pattern. Paste without formatting. Then I go back, my website name, copy it, put a space because I didn't put one, paste it. Now again, these are italicized, publications are italicized, so I'm checking to make sure I'm following the pattern from the MLA citations I've already got. I'm going to unitalicize, put a comma with a space after, not before, and then I'm going to go to the sponsoring organization, paste that in, okay, and then I'm going to look and go, okay, sponsoring organization, after that was a comma, there happens to be a period there because that's LP, an abbreviation, but you're going to put a comma after that and then a space. And then I'm going to go to my next element, which is going to be my URL. Copy. Paste. It is probably going to, have some gap. Don't worry about that. But keep this in mind. There has to be a period at the end of the URL. So hit the period and space bar, and it will probably go ahead and make your live link. And then date I accessed. May the 4th be with you. I'm going to type date accessed, colon, and paste my date, and period. Now, I have some space that's built up, so I'm going to go and delete all the extra space. I'm going to do a check. Am I hanging indented correctly? Do I have it alphabetized? And does everything look the same? It should all look the same. Same fonts, and if you're not sure, you can just go and highlight everything and go Bookman 12 just to make sure that you got your fonts all correct. Now this is going to be ready. If you have any questions, you can email me, and I'll see you in class.